Hi, it's me, RP. One of the biggest and most commonly viewed types of motorcycle content on YouTube, or even the rest of the internet in general, has got to be the simple motorcycle review. Motorcycle reviews are absolutely necessary because motorcycles are an expensive product and the vast majority of us have to go in with both eyes wide open before we make our purchase. It is the reason why I and so many others like me consume these reviews and also make these reviews ourselves. But a lot of motorcycle reviews have fundamental issues when conveying all the information that you need to you. Some of the most popular motorcycle YouTube channels and publications are run by dealerships or journalists with ties to dealerships. They are often our greatest source of reviews, and why wouldn't they? They will almost always have the latest and largest stable of motorcycles to tap on when creating content. I like them. They often are able to leverage on their large stable to give side-by-side comparisons of various motorcycles, highlighting the mechanical and feature differences between each motorcycle in a given category that can give you critical information in deciding which motorcycle to buy. The problem, however, lies in the fact that these channels, understandably, have to create content that sells bikes. And for the most part, the reviews will almost never have anything negative to say about a particular motorcycle model. But the fact of life is that every product, and by extension every motorcycle, will always have flaws alongside its pros. There is no perfect unicorn in this world, and knowing about the problems a bike model will face is important to your decision making. These reviewers are not lying. I don't believe any content creator or writer worth their salt will ever want to lie when reputation is so important to their success. But omission can often make a bike seem better than a buyer can actually tolerate after they put money down on it. There is a Ducati dealership out in Texas that makes videos reviewing the bikes they hold, and I did watch quite a number of videos regarding the Scrambler lineup while I was researching whether a desert sled was the right bike for me. It was not until I started to dig around on Reddit and forum threads posted by independent owners that I could actually get a clearer picture of what the Scrambler was not, because the dealership had nothing bad to say about them. Then there are professional racers turned YouTubers or journalists. They hold a lot of clout when it comes to product reviews, and rightfully so. They don't make a career out of motorcycle racing without knowing nothing about the subject matter at hand. So most of us will respect and heavily consider their opinions on matters regarding the performance and capability of motorcycles they are reviewing. I like watching them. Pro riders are the ones able to tell you what a bike can do when used to its full potential and actually show it. But then on the flip side, that's the other problem. Most of them review and emphasize qualities that have little relevance to normal average riders that make up the majority of the population. Other enthusiasts with a racing background might have actual use knowing that a desert sled has a suspension and ground clearance to tackle somewhat technical off-road trails. But to the average Joe like you and me who already have trouble climbing over a 1-foot high rock garden, knowing a bike can technically do it is less important than how the bike stock setup can make overcoming these obstacles easier and more accessible without the training. Many are also focused on the mechanical capabilities of the bike rather than the burdens of long-term ownership. So it's not that pro racers have useless viewpoints, it is just that pro racers have viewpoints catered toward a competitive purpose and are often not relevant to people of all skill levels and needs. With the rise of the internet and social media, it is relatively easy for anybody with an interest to share their opinions on motorcycles, and that includes me. Average Joes like your siblings, relatives, or friends, and even random strangers you either meet on the road or on the internet definitely have views and concerns about the bikes they ride that are the closest to what you yourself will eventually experience as an owner of the same machine. These are also the reviews that are the closest to bias-free as possible, though nobody in the world can truly be a 100% objective individual when it comes to opinions. I myself like to share my experience with the bikes I ride from the perspective of a normal user with really mundane concerns. Like, does it have enough range? Is it cheaper to maintain? Is it easy to work on myself? What is the support network like for it? Is it mechanically reliable? Is it fun? Can it do what I want to do without being a 5-time motocross champion and Olympic weightlifter? But of course, you'll have to do a lot of legwork digging through Reddit and forums to get that information. And most of it consists of sitting on threads, reading others argue with each other over the merits of a bike. At the end of the day, there will always be a million and one opinions on each individual motorcycle model. Some will be relevant to you, others would not. Most of the time, anybody worth their salt is not lying to you when reviewing a bike, like I said so earlier. Learn not to take a single reviews at face value, however, but read up as much as possible. Identify what the reviewer's area of expertise is, and consider those opinions alongside others. Take the comparisons and alternative suggestions from dealership reviewers. Understand the mechanical limits of a motorcycle from the professional rider. And listen to the gripes and complaints about the problems long-term ownership creates from your average Joe. And that will give you the best picture when deciding whether to put your money down on a new Yamaha R7. Or don't. I mean, some can afford to buy it for themselves and just get first-hand experience, I guess. Anyway, if you like this video, do remember to hit the subscribe button and bell notification icon. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.